Welcome to Get Solutions. This is Lokesh. So in this session we are going to calculate the total transportation cost under Vogel's approximation method. So in previous videos and all I was explained regarding northwest corner method and also least cost entry method. So in every method of problem, so in order to calculate the total transportation cost, so first we have to see whether the demand is equal to supply or not, right? So if it is not equal to supply, then we have to add dummy column or dummy row. So to calculate transportation cost or to satisfy the demand and supply, first of all we should know whether the demand is equal to supply or not. Let's see in the problem. Okay, so one more thing, if demand is less than the supply, then you have to add the dummy column. Okay, keep it in mind. If the demand is less than the supply, you have to add the dummy column. So similarly, if supply is less than the demand, you have to add the dummy row. Okay, keep it in mind. Let's see in this problem whether the demand is equal to supply or not. Okay, see 50 plus 50, 100 plus 80 and plus 20, 100 plus 100, so 200. 200 is demand is given. So similarly 100 plus 60 plus 40, so supply is also 200. So in this problem demand is equal to supply, then no need to add the dummy column or dummy row. Okay, so in northwest corner method we are going to satisfy the demand and supply based on the selecting the northwest corner number. Okay, so that is the base for northwest corner method. Under least cost entry method we are going to select the least number from the entire transportation problem under least cost entry method and satisfy the demand and supply. So in this Vogel's approximation method, I have already explained in the previous class, that is in theory class of Vogel's approximation method. That is, the base for Vogel's approximation method is row penalty and column penalty. So first step under Vogel's approximation method is to add all demand and supply, that is to know whether the demand is equal to supply or not, and the next step is to calculate the row penalty and column penalty. So that is the major thing in Vogel's approximation method. Let's see how to calculate the demand, that is how to calculate the row penalty and column penalty in this Vogel's approximation method. Okay, see, write like this: row penalty 1 and column penalty 1. Let's see how to calculate the row penalty and column penalty. So, and one more thing you have to keep it in mind, in order to calculate the row penalty and column penalty under Vogel's approximation method, you have to find out the least number and second least number in each row and each column. Let's see. So with the help of this only we are going to calculate the row penalty and column penalty. So let's see, there are 3 rows are there, so we have to calculate the row penalty for 3 rows. And also see one more thing, there are 4 columns are there. Okay, see, there are 4 columns are there. So in order to calculate the column penalty we have to consider the 4 columns. Okay, so already I told that in order to calculate the penalties we have to find, that is, least number and the second least number. See, this is the first row, right? So which is the least number in this row? That is 3 is the least number, right? So which is the second least number? That is second least number is 6. So first least yavadu 3, second least yavadu 6. So what is the difference between this 3 and 6? Ultimately it is 3. So difference ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು penalty ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ under Vogel's approximation method. So to calculate the penalty we have to see first least and second least, that's it. Okay, so first row penalty calculate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಗಿದೆ. So see the second row, which is the second in second row, which is the first least number 2, right? So second least number 4. So what is the difference? 2. Either positive number or negative number, you have to put only with the positive numbers that is, see, 4 minus, so first list is 2, second list is 4, 2 minus 4 minus 2, right? So positive adru barli, negative adru barli, what is the difference that you should mention here, okay? No problem. So symbols na mention madilla andre ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಓಕೆ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ. ಸೊ ಸಿ ದಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ರೋ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 1, ಸೊ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ 2, ಸೊ 2 minus 1 is the penalty for this row. So row penalties ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ. ಸಿ ದಿ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದು 2, second list 4, what is the difference? 2 is your column penalty, first column ge penalty 2, okay? Next, see the second column, first list is 2 and second list 3, so what is the difference? 1 is your second column penalty. So similarly, first list 5 and second list also 5, so 8 na select ಮಾಡಬಹುದು because here there is a 2 cost. So in transportation problem we have to consider each and every unit cost, so that first list also 5 and second list also 5, so 8 na select ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, you won't select 8, okay? So first list is 5 and second list also 5, what is the difference? So 0 is the penalty, okay? Next, the fourth column, what is the first list number? 1, second list 6, so what is the difference? 5 is your difference. Now we have finished row penalty and column penalty, okay? Now see, this is the column penalty 2105 and this is the row penalty 321. So in this entire column and row penalty you have to select highest number. Once again, in this entire penalty, ಕಾಲಮ್ ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ ಆದರೂ ಆಗಲಿ, ರೋ ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಆಗಲಿ, ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಸೇರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ನಾವು ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸಿ 2 1 0 5 1 2 3, ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್? ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 5 ಈಸ್ ದ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ 5 ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸಿ this 5 penalty you have selected, so this 5 related to which column? So this column, right? So this 5 penalty related to fourth column. So ee fourth column alli ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ? 1 6 10 1. So there are 3 unit costs are available. So penalty na select ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಾಗ highest na select ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So cost na select ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಾಗ ಲೋಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಂದರೆ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ 5, ಸೊ ಈ 5 ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡು? ಈ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, 6 10 1. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆರ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್? ಸೊ 1 ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್, you know the next procedure, how to satisfy the demand and supply. See the related supply 40 and related demand 80, so which can be satisfiable? So ultimately the 40 can be satisfiable from this to 80. So after satisfying this 40, then still we have to give 40 units to warehouse 4. So after satisfying this 40 units, then there is no supply made by the factory C, okay? Next step, what is the next step? So next again we are going to calculate the row penalty 2 and column penalty 2. I will tell you where it is going to stop. It is calculation of row penalty or column penalty. So until we have to calculate the row penalty and column penalty regularly, okay? See, ಸೊ ಈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಗೈನ್ 3 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಗೈನ್ 6 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪುಟ್ 3 ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ 3 minus 6 3, difference is 3, okay? So in second row also we did not cancelled anything. So first list is 2 and second list also 4, that is the difference between this 2 and 4. Again 2 is the penalty. Next, see the third row. So we have already cancelled 2 6 5 and also we have satisfied 40 units to warehouse 4. So then there is no first list, then there is no second list, hence your penalty will be 0. Okay, next similarly you have to find out the penalty for each columns. So what is the first list number? 4. Then second list 7. So what is the difference between 7 and 4? So 3 is your penalty. Next, in second column, which is the first list? 2. Second list 3. What is the difference? 1 is your penalty. Next, in third column, which is the first list? 5. Second list 8. So what is the difference? 3 is your penalty. Okay. Next, in fourth column, which is the first list? 6. Second list 10. So what is the difference? 4 is your penalty. Now what is the next step? And what is the next step? Ultimately you are going to select the highest penalty from this row penalty and column penalty. Is it or not? See, column penalty 2 and row penalty 2. 3, 1, 3, 4, 0, 2, 3. So what is the highest penalty in this row penalty and column penalty? So ultimately 4 is the highest penalty. Okay. So after selecting the highest penalty from the given transportation problem, see, this penalty is related to which column or which row. So this 4 is related to column, right? So this 4 is related to this column. So already we have cancelled. See, there are only 2 numbers, that is 2 individual costs will be available. So which is the least? So ultimately you are going to select the 6. So you have to keep it in mind, in selecting the penalty you have to select the highest penalty. In satisfying the demand and supply you have to select the least cost. Okay, so highest penalty and least cost. So after selecting the cost in the given transportation problem, next step you will know what you will to calculate, that is how to satisfy the demand and supply. See, after selecting this, see the related supply and related demand. Okay, so which can be satisfiable? Yes, 40 is minimum. So therefore we have to satisfy this 40 from this 60. So still what is the excess supply made by the factory A? That is still excess supply is 20. Okay. Next, what is the step? Yes, again you have to calculate the row penalty 3 and column penalty 3. I will tell you where it will be going to stop. Okay, so until it will be going to stop, you have to calculate the row penalty and column penalties. Okay, next, row penalty 3 and column penalty 3. See, first row, first list number 3. So second list number 7. So what is the difference between this 7 and 3? So 4 is your penalty. So similarly in second row, what is the first list number? 2. Second list number 4. So what is the difference? So 2 is your penalty. Okay, don't get confusions. Next, in third row, already we have cancelled all the numbers and we are allocated the demand and supply for single unit. Then there is no single, that is first list number and second list number. Hence your penalty will be 0. Okay, so we have calculated the row penalty. In a similar way, you have to calculate the column penalties. Okay, see, there are 4 columns. So first list number 4 and second list number 7, right? So first list 4 and second list 7. What is the difference between 7 and 4? So ultimately 3 is your penalty. Okay, so in second column, first list number 2 and second list number 3. So what is the difference? So 1 is your penalty. Okay, next in third column, first list number 5 and second list number 8. So what is the difference? So 3 is your penalty. Okay, next in fourth column, see, already we have cancelled this 10, already we are allocated 1 and 6, then there is no penalty because there is no first list number and second list number in fourth column. Therefore your penalty will be 0. So we have calculated column penalty 3 and column penalty 4. So what is the step? Yes, ultimately you are going to select the highest penalty from this given transportation problem, that is from column penalty 3 and column penalty row penalty 3. So what is the highest penalty? 3, 1, 3, 0, 0, 2, 4. So 4 is your highest penalty. Now see, this 4 related to row, right? So this 4 related to first row. So in first row, what we have to select? Yes, the least cost will be going to select, right? Penalty na select ಮಾಡುವಾಗ highest na select ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, cost na select ಮಾಡ್ಕೋವಾಗ least na select ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So this 4 related to first row, therefore you have to select the least cost in the first row. So after selecting this, you know what is the next procedure, right? So see the related supply 20 and related demand 50. So which can be satisfiable? Yes, this 20 will be going to satisfy. So after satisfying this 20, then there is no supply made by the factory A. So ಈ 20 ನ ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ satisfy ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ? ಈ 50 ಇಂದ satisfy ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. Then still how many units we are going to give to warehouse 2? That is, we need to give 30 units more, right? Next, C. Next step. Yes, of course, we are going to calculate the row penalty 4 and column penalty 4. So I will tell you where it will be going to stop. So until you are going to calculate the row penalties and column penalties, okay? Next, you only get the idea. So row penalty 4 and column penalty 4. See, this is the important step. See, row penalty 4. So in first row there is no first list number and second list number, hence your penalty will be 0. Okay. So in the second row, see, the first list number is 2 and the second list number is 4, hence you will get the penalty 2. Okay. So in third row there is no numbers, that is the first list and second list, hence your penalty will be going to 0. Okay. Next, see the all so we have calculated the row penalties. Okay. So similar way you have to calculate the column penalties. Okay. See, in first column, first list number is 4, right? There is no other numbers. So already we have cancelled this 7 and 2. Only first list number is 4. So in order to calculate the penalty, I already told that in order to calculate the penalty, we need first list number and second list number, right? So in this column, only one number is there, that is first list, right? There is no second list. Hence, your penalty will be, so you need not to calculate this column penalty 4 because there is only one number. So now your column penalty and row penalty will be going to stop here. Your calculations will be going to stop here because there is only one number. So until this step, you must and should be calculate the row penalties and column penalties. Okay. So because of not calculation of column penalty 4, you need not to consider this row penalty because in order to select the highest penalty, we need both column penalty and row penalty. Is it or not? So without column penalty, how you are going to select? No, right? So hence you are going to ignore the row penalty also. Now see, in the transportation problem, there are only 3 numbers are there. So select this 4 and select this 2 and select this 5. See the related demand, how many units? That is 20 units. So you satisfy 20. So still how many quantities we need to supply to warehouse 2? 30 units. You satisfy. Next, warehouse 3, how many units we need to give? That is 50 units. Now calculate 20 plus 30, 50. 50 plus 50, 100. Ultimately you have 50 here. So this is your solution. Finally you will get the demand must be equal to supply. So this is the problem or solution under Vogel's approximation method. So after this, you know to calculate the total transportation, that is total transportation cost. Is it or not? That is 3 into 20 and 6 into 40, 4 into 20, 2 into 30, 5 into 50 and 1 into 40. So allocate the warehouses to the allocate the warehouses to the factories or factories to the warehouses, and you will get when quantities will multiplied with the cost per unit, so you will get 730 your total transportation cost. So calculate yourself. If you don't know to calculate this total transportation cost, see the videos under northwest corner method and also least cost entry method. I already showed the steps to calculate the total transportation cost. So do yourself, you will get 730 is your transportation cost for this first problem under Vogel's approximation method. Okay, thanks for watching. If you have any queries, you comment on this YouTube channel.